Hey guys, hey everybody. Well, what can beat this view, huh? Yeah, pretty nice. Anyways, just had breakfast with my dad, and going through some stuff in life, and it's good to have a support system that knows how to help, and I've been going through a lot of in my life. I've been through a lot, and so I go through and I do therapy once a week, and it's really helped me learn some skills to the point where I don't have to self-sabotage as much anymore because I have a faith and a reliance on the fact that everything's going to be okay. And sometimes when we go through life, we tend to think that the next big thing is around the corner, and be fearful and worried, and that's not how I live my life. I've been taught now in therapy and through coping mechanisms and skills and abilities that I've learned in recovery one day at a time, that saying F it and throwing hands up and doing all that is really old news. It's really how we used to approach our everyday life. And when we tend to do that, we tend to get mixed up in the feelings of fear and shame and blame and guilt. So when we tend to work a one day at a time program, we aren't that far-sighted, right? We have to worry and think about what's going on today. And when we deal with what's on our plate for today, we learn that nothing is too overwhelming, right? Nothing's going to overwhelm us so much that we just fold or crack. God never gives us too much than we can handle. That's true. But for us, when we come through in the one day at a time program, we're reliant on that faith to get us by, because we, as just normal people, we have no ability to take care of all the problems that we have in our life all at once and alone. So we need a support system. We need people that are going to help. And, lately it's been difficult. It's been hard to find those people, but I know that we have those people in our life. So, coming to the end of the road. Wow. Just amazing here. I am at Twin Lakes Park in outside of Elk River, now then, Minnesota, and this is called Twin Lakes Park, Twin Lakes. It's a good lake. There's lots of fish in there. For me, I just had breakfast with my dad, as I mentioned, and I wanted to come out and get some peace and quiet. And I got here, and there was a guy working on his boat. There's a couple guys fishing. The guy's walking his dog. And for me, getting out in the nature is where it's at. And my daughter said the other day, she goes, "You're the most naturist person I know." I go, "Oh, I'm honored. Thank you, dear." And so that was funny. But I'm reminded that problems can get overwhelming for us in recovery sometimes. And for us that are dealing with, say PTSD, I found a new channel lately that Chris, a gentleman, is dealing with some PTSD, and I've been diagnosed with that and CPTSD. So it's at the forefront of my mind too on how we can recover from these things. So don't lose sight of what we need to do each day, right? One day at a time, because when we come up against a problem, we're going to dig deep in our toolbox for the skills, the abilities, and all the things that we've learned along the way to try to combat against that. Because you know what? It's test after test after test. And it's win after win after loss. We have both, and we go through life expecting both. So if we're coming into a problem, don't fold, my brothers and sisters. Keep going. Keep doing the one day at a time thing if you can, because you know what? It's shown fruitful in our life, right? It has, because for those of us who are working that one day at a time program, there is no other way. We get by on that, right? That's our mojo. That's what's going to get us up in the morning, is that one day at a time. ODAT, right? ODAAT. Get used to that, because that's what we need to do. So, coming into the park now. Wow, it's beautiful here. In Minnesota right now is just starting to hit autumn, fall. And so the leaves are just starting to turn. There's a crisp in the air. And there's people and things out wanting to catch the last little glimpse of summer that we got. And luckily, next week it looks like the weather is going to turn warm. We're going to get some nicer weather. They're talking 80s, so we'll be able to get out on the motorcycle, and then we have a motorcycle trip coming up too. So hey, stay tuned. Don't forget, one day at a time, and don't relent, don't give up, and always rely on those skills that you've learned in recovery going forward. Okay, God bless you. See you soon.